Jadar, how special was it for you to be recognized by ACC media yesterday for seeing all ACC defense?
Oh, that was big, man. It was so big, and it surprised me. I don't know. It just wasn't on my mind. I wasn't really thinking about, things like that. But when I got the news, man, I was just so excited. That's really a blessing for me.
And also for the team to have so many recognized, 14 on first and second team is a Clemson record. How much pride do you take in that?
A lot of pride. It just shows the culture that we're, dialing into this year, and the years that Coach Sweeney have been here. It just shows what's going on around here with just the constant grind and just, everybody giving it their all, and it's really showing.
That early interception you got off the bench seemed to shake him a little bit, I guess you could say. Did you bait him into it, or did you just read the route? Talk about that play.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It really just came from film study. It's a little key he gave me. I don't want to give it out. I don't want to get the secret out. But he did the key on that play, so I knew he was going there, and I just, ran right to the ball.
He was right in the middle of the pregame scuffle. What was being said down there? What got that started?
What happened was, the DBs usually warm up like down in that little corner over there in the end zone. We were warming up, and there was just a few guys like standing in the way purposely. We asked them to move one time, they wouldn't move. One of their coaches came up and asked them to move, they still wouldn't move. So we kind of slid over a little bit. We started going the other way, and they still wouldn't move. They had punts coming down in our area. We was tripping up over balls. We literally had to dodge them to kind of finish our drill. So I went up to one of the dudes. I don't really know who it is because I don't know him by face or nothing. They ain't have on jerseys or nothing. So I asked him to move, and he just immediately got mad. And then they just went from there. The receivers and stuff came over when they seen the big crowd. So it looked bigger than what it really was. It really wasn't that much going on. It was only about an exchange of a few words. It wasn't really much going on.
A pretty serious charge South Carolina made about racial slurs being thrown. Any reason why you think that might have been?
Nah, I mean, from the little altercation we had down there, I didn't hear any racial slurs. And I'm not really sure how accurate I am on what I heard, but I heard that they tried to accuse some linemen of it. So that couldn't have happened then because there was no lineman over there when the little altercation pregame happened. So I'm pretty sure the things they were talking about happened during the game. But from what I seen in the little pregame altercation, it was no racial slurs going on.
You've been known as a ball hawk. Even when you were backup, you had that for catching interceptions. Do you think that'll bode you well for the rest of the season, in the ball games and beyond when you go possibly to the NFL?
Say that one more time.
You've caught a lot of interceptions both as a backup and as a starter for the playing time you've received. Do you think that'll help you both in the rest of this season, getting quarterbacks to clear you, and once you go to the NFL?
Definitely. When you have a safety back there, who just seems like he has a knack to being around the ball. As a quarterback, I'm pretty sure you want to have your eyes on him at all the times. So, trying to focus on one player, I'm pretty sure that'll get a quarterback out of his rhythm, and that'll just make the defense that much better.
What do you have to do to limit Hodges? Because they use him in a couple different ways, but he's kind of a 6'7" tight end receiver hybrid out there.
I don't think we have to do anything special to stop him. He's not really a big mismatch to the guys that we have on the defense. I feel like our safeties can cover him in the slot, and then sometimes they flex him out wide, and I feel like we have good-sized corners that can also stop him out there. But he's definitely a good player. I've watched a lot of film on him. He's definitely a good player, but I don't think we have to do anything extraordinary to really stop him.
Do you expect you and Cordray will see plenty of him on your side of the field?
Yeah, definitely.
Jadar, when you got here from OVW, what was the expectation that you had for yourself for your 4 years here? And when you got that conference on, did you think back on who you were in high school, who you were before this season even?
Yeah, I did. And the crazy thing is, when I first came here, I didn't really have no vision of what I was going to be, what I was going to do here. I just came here young-minded, ready for college. I got here, and I struggled at first. I really wanted to go back home. But Coach Sweeney, he wouldn't let me go home. I think I took like a weekend off. This was my first spring. He let me take a weekend off. I went home, and I came back, and I was really just trying to make it through, man. I really didn't have no goals set, no clear vision of what I wanted to do. That really came later on in my career, and I feel like that's really why I didn't play as much as I should have in my earlier years, just because I wasn't mentally mature enough for that. But as I got older, you know, my vision became clearer. I started setting goals for myself, and I became a better player because of it.
How much do you think about the opportunity to win back-to-back ACC championships and really put you in distinguished company? It hasn't been done here in about 30 years.
I try not to think about it too much, although, you know, it's hard not to think about it, but that'd definitely be a big deal there, you know, just because, you know, not too many people have done that before, you know, period. So that'd definitely be good for us as a team, just writing our legacy, and that's a big thing that we're focusing on now, is just writing our legacy. You know, Coach Sweeney talks about that in the team meeting a lot. Like, what's going to be your legacy when you leave here? And obviously, winning back-to-back ACC championships would be something good to leave behind. But I try not to think about it too much, just because when you look at the big picture, you seem to lose focus on the little things, and the little things is what count the most. So I try not to think about it too much, but it's definitely in the back of my mind.
When you said a few weeks ago, you guys have shown a hard edge in practice after the loss. How have you seen it kind of manifest in practice, that kind of attitude, that resilient kind of attitude in practice and in the games?
Yeah, after that Pitt loss, it definitely pissed a lot of guys off. And you seen it at practice. At practice, you know, everybody was just doing a little extra, going extra hard. And, you know, I would never want to wish a loss on a team, but I feel like that was one of the best things that happened to us this season. I'm glad it happened at the time it did, because I wouldn't want it to happen later in the season. Like, say the ACC championship, I wouldn't want it to be then. That's a little too late, you know, and kind of, you know, put a dagger in our season. But it happened at the perfect time, you know, just to get us locked back in, refocus for the latter part of the season. You know, it's all about the fourth quarter. Nothing is, you know, more important than what you do in the fourth quarter. So, you know, getting that focus back right before the finish up of the season, that was just big for us. You know, like Ben, he got a little meeting together, and he talked to us right after the Pitt loss, and you know, everybody was feeling what he was saying, you know, and I think everybody just took heed to what he was saying, and we went out to practice, and everybody was just going crazy hard. Like, I mean, I don't think I ever seen a practice, that Tuesday practice after the Pitt loss, I don't think I ever seen a practice that intense since I've been here. You know, everybody was just locked in, and it showed. We came and we played a great game against Wake Forest. And then after that, the team still felt like we needed to, you know, turn it up another notch. And I felt like we did that against South Carolina. So right now we're at that point where I feel like we're just elevating and really getting to, you know, the best Clemson football, because I still don't think that we played the best game that we can play yet.
Good. Thank you, everyone.
No problem.